Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Benevento and quite probably the final of the series. Now it is a bit of an anticlimax getting knocked out in the semi-final of the Europa League by Real Sociedad, but we have guaranteed ourselves Champions League football for next season and we've got one more game to play. We'll review the players, review the seasons gone by. There will be one more episode of the series looking 5 years into the future. Obviously, when we did it with Sunderland, we'd won the Champions League, we'd won the league. So it wasn't too much of a surprise to see that they maintained their position like near the top of the Premier League and in European football. But it will be interesting to see what happens with Benevento once we leave. With the likes of Sheriff Ahmed, the likes of Trincao, will they be able to keep them? Will they be able to improve on the team? Or are they going to falter and go back to what they were like before we took over? But anyway, without any further ado, let's check out the fixtures since we last met. So of course the last episode was against Real Sociedad. We followed that up with a 2-1 away victory at Ascoli. Alex Moreno actually performing really well in Trincao's absence. Got himself a couple of goals in this game and gave us the 3 points. In the Italian Cup final, we again won 3-0. Another 2 goals from Alex Moreno. They went down to 10 men in the 39th minute, which really did help us out. And Ibrahim Fathi got himself a goal in the 69th minute. And finally, we absolutely smashed, ignore the stats, they don't count, but we absolutely smashed Juventus 3-0, an own goal from Chiellini and 2 from Ibrahim Fathi, giving us the victory over the champions. And all of that sees the table look like this. 1 game to go, we are in 3rd position, we cannot be caught by Sassuolo in 5th, so we will be in the Champions League next season, of course, not being managed by us. So our final game of the season is against Genoa. We will quickly go and play that game and then we'll just have a look at some of these boys and predict the future. So in terms of the team selection, Vid Belic will start in goal, David Carmona, Felix Udikai, Luca Antia and Aaron will be our final pick in defence. In midfield, Mabruk will be our defensive midfielder. Unfortunately, Jairo won't be playing this game. It'll be Vignato, Grassi and Francisco Trincao makes his final appearance for myself as a manager. Sheriff Ahmed and Ibrahim Fathi will start up top. I think this is a quite faithful team. I would have liked to have started Jairo. I might just get him subbed on really for Vignato in the second half. So we'll go up against them. They're playing a 4-5-1 system. We'll see how this goes. It's a bit of a dead rubber game really because I think we can go second, so maybe it's not. So we'll kick off against Genoa, this time shooting from left to right. Vignato with a cross in, Trincao's back post, but it's cleared by De Silvestri. Aaron back to Trincao now. Thought we might have built something up there, but they cut it out and it looks like they'll get rid of it. Luca Antia oh my god, what was that pass? Cornelius now up front, dispossessed. Aaron now, Udikai, Antia. Get rid, stop messing about. Grassi knocks it down for Sheriff Ahmed. Going down the centre, Vignato with an absolutely worldy of a cross finds Fathi at the back post and he gives us the 1-0 lead. Decent by Grassi there, getting his head on it. Sheriff Ahmed finds Vignato on the right hand side and look at this cross, that is just pin perfect. And Fathi comes in at the back post, gets himself, I think it's like his 35th goal of the season, giving us the 1-0 lead. De Silvestri now for Genoa coming down the right hand side. Cornelius gets dispossessed and Mabruk can hopefully clear it up. Genoa come at us again, but this time Carmona intercepts to Vignato. Grassi's got it now in the centre. He finds Fathi. He's charging at the defence. Can he get the ball back post? He's got options. Vignato's there. Tight angle. He couldn't get that on target. Big kick up from us and Fathi cannot win it, but it falls to Mabruk, who finds Grassi, who finds Trincao. Fathi now in the centre. Can he turn? He finds Ahmed, who takes the strike on. That was very close. Morosini now plays through Cornelius for Genoa. Belic with a good save. Fathi plays the ball down for Sheriff Ahmed, charging at the Genoa defence. He's got the beating of his men. And that was an absolutely pathetic shot. Sheriff Ahmed now charging at the defence. Vignato. Go on, Carmona's overlapping, but he finds Vignato instead. Vinocchia clears only as far as Grassi. Trincao, can he get the beating of his man? He can back post Vignato. I thought that was a surefire goal, but unfortunately not. And that's it, half time. Benevento 1, Genoa 0, a pretty standard game. They haven't really threatened us too much, so we'll see how we're doing the second half. The ball comes forward for Genoa. Trincao is currently off the pitch with an injury. He's going to have to come off, but we'll see how this develops first. Desi gets dispossessed and Fathy sends Sheriff Ahmed away. Oh, the right pass there and he was well in behind the defence. But Fathy beats his man. Oh, that was so unselfish and Vignato completely screws it up. We're going to have to get Trincao off. Alex Moreno will come on in his stead. We're going to get Vignato off. I'm going to bring Gyro on. I apologise, Gyro. I know you're still struggling for fitness, but I just want to give him one last game. Ahmed now coming down. He's got Gyro overlapping, but poor pass, and Cornelius picks it up for Genoa. Hiljemark sets away Morosini. Cornelius now in the box. That was beautiful football, but I don't know what Belic is doing here. Be interesting to see. Was he taking a nap? Or was he having a cup of tea? I don't know. Great pass here from Hiljemark. Set away Morosini. Then he passes it to an unpronounceable man. And Cornelius. And he just goes to ground. Why would you go to ground in that situation? Never mind. 1-1 Genoa. Corner. Gyro plays it in, but it's cleared. Only as far as Mabrouk. And I don't know what he did. Grassi to Alex Moreno. There's a lot of space on the right hand side for Carmona. And he finds him. And he doesn't drive forward with the ball. Alex Moreno, Fathy's there, and he makes it 2-1 to Benevento. Good goal. David Carmona on this right hand side. I thought he would have bombed down that line and try and beat the left back, but he didn't. He found Gyro, who found Moreno, who found Fathy. A nice straight line passes, and the fans go wild. Fathy now picks up the ball, drops deep for it, sets away Aaron and Alex Moreno on this left hand side. Lovely over the top ball from Aaron for Fathy. Can he get the third? He cannot. Fathy set away down this left hand side. Can he get the ball in? He can. Sheriff Ahmed is there. Oh yeah, I would have put money on him scoring that. Dionisi coming forward for Genoa. Takes the strike on. He's not beating Belic from that sort of angle. Gyro now. Can he set away a break for us? That was an absolutely awful pass. I'll give him a bye because we managed to get the ball back on. Fathy's in the box. And Perrin he's done okay. And that's it, full time. Benevento will run out 2-1 winners. I don't think it's affected the league table because Atalanta managed to beat Sassuolo in their final game. So we'll not be finishing second. We will be finishing third. But that's a really, really good result for a team like us. Yeah, that's it. Confirmed. We ended up finishing third in the league table. How did we finish last season? Did we finish second last season? No, we finished third last season on 70 points. And this season we finished third on 74. So we did improve by 4 points. Not a lot really. But then again, did we really increase the quality of our first 11 this season? Probably not. We didn't have the finances to do it. I wish I'd started this save earlier because we do have 20 million and 100 grand wage budget to play with in the coming season. I think I would have been able to maybe improve the squad a bit more and maybe have pushed to challenge for the Serie A title this next season. But unfortunately, we've just run out of time. I won't be able to do it. But in terms of how this season went, of course, we finished third. We got knocked out in the Champions Cup group stage, but we did beat Liverpool to finish third in that group, which was honestly one of the highlights of the campaign. We ended up getting to the semi-finals of the Europa League, getting knocked out by Real Sociedad in a 7-6, I think it was, aggregate defeat. We won the Italian Cup, beating Torino in the final, and of course the Italian Super Cup, we got beat off Juventus. In the league, Juventus, of course, win it once again. Atalanta having a really, really good season. It's not usually I see them up there, to be honest with you. So it's nice to see them up there. Lazio getting the other Champions League spot. The likes of Inter Milan, 6th. Napoli in 12th. AC Milan, 8th. Roma in 15th. You know, some of the big guns in Serie A have really faltered. And it looks like these guys are taking over. In terms of the squad, then, who is my favourite player? Of course, it is Sheriff Ahmed. We brought him in for 575 grand 2 seasons ago, and he has been prolific ever since. He didn't score as many this season as he did the season prior, but he did have a better average rating, forming a really, really good partnership with his other Egyptian partner, Ibrahim Fathy. But you just look at his stats, and he's still got potential to grow. 28 caps for Egypt with 25 goals. He is going to be an absolute wonderful player. And as I fast forward 5 years, it'll be interesting to see where he goes, because I cannot see him staying at Benevento. Ibrahim Fathy was, of course, his strike partner for this season. We signed him for the exact same sum as we signed Sheriff Ahmed for. He got 20 goals and 28 starts in Serie A this season, which is really well. He's not as well rounded as Sheriff Ahmed, but he is still only 19 and he's still got room to grow. So you never know. I think between him and Sheriff Ahmed, Egypt should be sorted for the next 12 years. Some of my other favourite signings, Luca Antia, of course, starts the game on loan at Benevento, but he does have an agreed fee of 900 grand, which we triggered in the second season. And he's just a super reliable centre-half, really. Nothing like fantastic about him, but his physical attributes are really well distributed. He's got the technicals where they're needed. Mental's obviously not fantastic, but they're okay. But yeah, he's been Mr. Reliable, and I'm glad we made the signing. Felix Udekai, who's obviously unhappy because I haven't given him a new contract, 3.7 million. I don't often say that. Udekai going for that cheap, so to actually come to us for that cheap was really nice. Obviously 2 seasons with us, performed reasonably well. He's a one who I could see getting moved on in the summer. We signed David Carmona this season for 950 grand. He's done okay at right back, nothing fantastic. Verdasca's been a bit bar player. Scresiu was signed for 1.7 million in our second season. He's made a good number of appearances, a lot less starts than last season because, of course, we brought in our other Egyptian lad. But he's a decent little prospect, Romanian. He's always one to look out for if you ever start a new FM18 save. Kevin Enderam, he made a lot of starts actually this season. Not through choice, I don't think, just through necessity, really. Letizia, I will mention him because he does start the game at Benevento, and he was super reliable for us the first couple of seasons, of course. He's been dispossessed of his position by Carmona this season, but he is, again, a well-rounded Italian right-back, similar to Luca Antia, really. Aaron, who was signed this season, made 55 appearances for us. That must be the most, apart from Belic. But yeah, he's a decent left-back. He's one of them where he is the midway point of being an average league player to a star league player. He's the in-between, you know what I mean? He's not the sort of player you'd want in your final squad, but he's the sort of player that might help you get to the position where you can actually sign the players that would be in your final squad. Trincao, what do we say about Trincao? 425 grand, absolutely fantastic stats, brilliant, wonder kid, pace, dribbling, fantastic. He is wanted and he's only got 12 months left on his deal. Barcelona, Bayern, FC Porto and Spurs. So I imagine if the AI's got any sort of sense whatsoever, they'll either tie him down to a new contract or he will be sold in the summer. Andre Pedrosa, bit part player. Oh, I missed out Alberto Grassi. I think he was an excellent signing. 825 grand for an Italian central midfielder of his quality. Similar, a step above Luca Antia and Letizia in terms of Italian standard players, but again similar to Aaron in the sense that he's like the sort of stepping stone, not your final squad type of player, but the stepping stone to getting there, and he performed excellently for us. We'll talk about Mabruk. Only came in the January and he already made a big impression on this first team. £600,000. Average rating of a 7 over the course of 18 games, and he's going to be another worldie, you know, wonder kid, Egyptian. So we've got 3 Egyptian wonder kids really coming into this squad. Hopefully Benevento can keep a hold of them, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're all sold. Emmanuel Vignato worth £21 million now. We only signed him for 4. He hasn't actually really set the world alight this season. I mean, he's been decent, he's been okay, and he's obviously got the stats to go forward. Italian. He's now comfortable on the right wing position, so it'll be interesting to see whoever comes in, what sort of formation they'll play with the players that I'm leaving them. Gyro, he's basically Vignato, what Vignato is now, but a bit more consistent. I imagine he'll be sold in the summer. 45 million he's worth now. I would have what was the agreed fee I had with them in the January transfer? I went 38.5 million, so I think they'll do well to get somewhere near that. Massimo Corda, what a guy this has been. 1.5 million. He's already at the game at the start. They signed him for 1.5 million in that season. 20 goals in his first season, 22 in his second. And even though he barely played in the third, well, he did. He 15 starts, 11 substitute appearances, 14 goals. He is just an absolute legend. Similar to Luca Antia and Letizia in the sense that he's just an average Italian striker, but he performed well above expectations. And the final one we'll talk about is Claudio Mora. We signed him in the first season for £775,000. He's a bit below average, Claudio Mora. 17 goals in 35 games in his first season was absolutely stupendous. I don't think, you look at his stats, this guy should not be scoring 17 goals in Serie A, but he has managed it. So he's decent enough. So looking forward for Benevento, I am going to go in the next episode. It will be 5 seasons ahead of time. We'll look at the first season, second season, third season, fourth season, fifth season in isolation. What do you think will happen? Do you think Trincao will go in the summer? Do you think they'll get him tied down to a new contract? I still believe he wants around £80,000 a week. That's what he was asking us for. But with only 20 million in the transfer budget and 120,000 spare in the wages, that will be a massive increase and a massive part of the wage budget itself. I think the overall budget for the wages is like 550 grand. If you're paying Francisco Trincao 80,000 of that, is that really sustainable? Probably not. So yeah, I'm expecting big changes in the summer, and as I say that, I will be looking to resign as manager of Benevento. Roberto Mancini is favourite to take over the job, and I hope they get Conte. Conte would be such a good fit. Spalletti, yeah, any of them will be good. Anyone who comes in has got Champions League football to look forward to next season. Some exciting players, particularly the Egyptian lads. But that's going to be it from us. I think it was a decent end to the series. You know, I would have liked to have done one more season to see if we could have won Serie A and maybe got another latter stages of the Champions League. But here, FIFA 19 is on. FIFA 19? FIFA 19's already here and I couldn't give a monkeys. FM19 is almost upon us. So it'll be full preparation for that in terms of what I'll be doing. So keep your eyes peeled for content like that. But there will be a 5-year goal looking forward for Benevento coming soon. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you enjoy my content, get yourself subscribed. But until next time, take it easy.